Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Schmoe. We are a full crew this week, which has been the first time in a while. So it's lovely to have everyone here with us for the first time in a few weeks. And we've got the full crew with us this week, which is really exciting. We are the European-based Schmoedown after show. We are live 8 o'clock every Sunday to talk all things Schmoedown. We recap the matches, but most importantly, we do a really fun prediction league, which I am still so pleased to say I'm currently winning, but I'm being very closely caught at the moment, and it's scaring me.
Just lucky
Marisa's
that
only
match
one
didn't
behind
happen. Just lucky.
Yes.
I'm very lucky. Very lucky. I still have the crown, but Matt and Teresa are coming for me. I'm a bit nervous
Thomas.
about it.
Hey, Jay.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Hey, Jcast Network. So before we even start with anything, Teresa and Ben have been repping us this week on other shows. So I just wanted to thank you so much for doing that. You did us proud here on your Schmoe. Thanks for the other networks for having us. I just wondered if you wanted to quickly talk about your experiences on those shows that you did this week.
Yes,
Teresa?
I talked to a competitor. It was so scary, but I did it. Thank you to Jay, Wade, and speaking of Schmoedown, where I was yesterday, and everyone check it out. Ben?
Yeah, I enjoyed my time with the people from Galaxy Geeks and on the Spin from the Real Guys show, speaking about the brackets and stuff. It was so awesome. I met my new favorite actor, ASG. So I feel like I love him and his takes. So yeah, that was awesome to see. And yeah, I met a new Denshel.
Oh, you have someone with you now. Thanks for all the networks that have given us that opportunity. Obviously, we're quite a new show, and we wanted something for the Europeans, as there isn't many out there. A good time for us, so this is why we started. Thanks to Matt, who got this going, and we're still here. So, it's been a great time and great fun. So, I think without further ado, should we just kick off? We had a lot of matches this week, so we might probably go straight to it. Thank you, Ben.
Spoiler.
As it says, we will be talking the PPV and all the matches of the week. So you have been warned. With that said, I think, are we starting with the PPV this week? We are indeed.
Yep.
Okay, so this is for the number one. No, for the title shot, isn't it? This was the number one contenders match. So winner of this is playing in New York against either Marisol or Ethan, depending on who wins that match.
Yep.
So we had the 4-man little mini bracket, which started with Collins against JTE. Obviously, came through that one. And then we had Chance against Snyder, which was a really topsy-turvy match. And Chance came through, which led to this live match in the Cantina. Woo! He did it! My boy did it! So pleased. So pleased. I really, really want Chance to get that singles belt. It's going to really kill me if he's playing Marisol, because Marisol's my favourite player in the league. But my boy did it. He pulled through. I was really concerned that JT was going to do what he has done a lot this year and be behind for a lot of the match and then take it on the 5. But he didn't even get there, did he? He didn't even get there. He managed to
Rub the salt in the wound.
Didn't need it. Did not need it. TKO'd him. Done. That's how you do it. Don't let him come back. Really, really good match. And I'm just really happy that we now get to see Chance play for the title. And it'll be my dream if it's a full corruption match of Marisol versus Chance. And I think it's possible, although I think Marisol is going to have to play amazingly to beat Ethan, but I think she can do it. And I said I still think corruption is going to win the faction race. And now I feel like I've got some more weight behind my argument. It's definitely closer than it was at the start of the season. If Marisol can do it and then Chance can do it, that's guaranteed title points. We got Scrimshaw in Star Wars tournament. I'm excited, and I'm going to calm down a bit and let someone else take over. So
the Murky Quickies might have something to say about that, but yes.
Nah, it's not going to happen. So, who wants to talk about Chance v JTE? Ben, do you want to start us?
Sure, I can start us off. So this was an awesome match. I'm glad to see that finally the Finstock Exchange are not the only team without a TKO. Thank goodness. And then it happened at the chance of all of our favorite competitor. I think no one has anything bad to say about the guy. So I'm glad that it happened at the hands of Chance. So I was I thought JTE would put up more of a fight because he's been kind of a beast in this league in the last year, even though I doubted him and I still said, like, if he spun something that's not comfortable and then he would lose, and then he spun something that he wasn't comfortable with, he won. So the whole time he's been surprising me. So this TKO really blew my mind. But it was kind of a revenge for a match that we'll talk about later as well. So I really enjoyed it. It was awesome to see.
Yeah, for me, that was an awesome match. As I said, Chance and Oyama are like two people I really, of all the players, I want them like to get the championship. And Chance is even more than Oyama, probably because Chance never won the singles belt. I know, like people said, it would be nice to have female champion, singles champion. But if Marisol beats Ethan, sorry, whoever wins that match, I want Chance to beat them, because I really want Chance to actually be the champion, and I want Marisol to beat Ethan now because I want to see Liam try to pick between Chance and Marisol, because those two are two players that Liam said he will never pick against. And if they two play each other, he will need to pick.
Thomas, look at this. Look at this. He wants for suspects to lose 8 points. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, but I don't know who I'm picking in my prediction league. We will see. But yeah, Chance was awesome. To touch on what Thomas said, I don't think Chance played Inner Geekdom and singles on the same night. I think Hoss was taped before. I think that him and Mike played same night. That Chance, Mike Chandro and Chance JT was taped same night. I think that's how that went. I think that Jacoby Kid was taped the same night as Hoss Chance.
Yeah.
It was Chance's. It was Chance's revenge. Because he got TKO'd by Finstock Exchange, and now he TKO'd Finstock Exchange. So it was his revenge match in full sense of a meaning. Like, Chance played excellent. I did also think JT played not his best match this season, maybe even the worst. But I do still think he's comeback player of the year this season. So yeah.
I'm
Sorry, just before you start on it, say hey, Shugs.
Hi, Shug. Hi, everyone. Okay, so I'm kind of like, this was the first match that didn't surprise me with JTE, even though I kind of had, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, is he going to do it again? I thought he's going to lose every single time. And he almost did to Preston and Goddard both. Like, Collins was the only match where I felt like he was really the stronger player.
He deserved that one, didn't he? Yeah.
So when he won against Collins, I was starting to doubt myself that Chance will win this, but I'm so glad it did happen. This match finally went the way I thought it's going to go with JTE. And I'm really glad. Yeah, like everyone said, I think Chance deserves this opportunity. I think he's been at it for so long. I'm wishing him the singles belt, same as I'm wishing Oyama the team's belt, which unfortunately we will talk about, it didn't happen. But it's going to be tough if Marisol wins for me also, because I don't know. Like, I really want Marisol to win matches, but I really want Chance to have his first singles championship. So that will be a tough one for me if it happens. But like Liam said, corruption is not out of the race at all. They are doing what they did last year. They're picking up points. And I'm excited to see what happens. Like, I'm never counting out Shannon. She's too amazing to give up. So we will see. This race will still be exciting. And
yeah,
the one thing I don't think is going to happen is Stars or getting to 1 or 2. I think it's too late for them. But everyone else, I think, is still in the game.
I actually think that Stars and Swag, who will be last and who will be like second, will be decided in Star Wars tournament on how good Alex and Laura does. I think that would be actually be a...
Yeah, it's sad for Alex that Molly is going to beat him. Oof. You know, in the first round. So, unfortunately.
I agree.
Can't wait for you to predict that then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't decide.
There's no, I do not buy for 1 minute you're predicting that. There is no way you're doing that.
No
our
way.
league.
If I'm really behind,
I
I could do it. If I'm really behind, I could do it. Yeah, like Ben. Sorry, Ben. That was not nice for me.
Well, yeah, Ben, not in a horrible way, but Ben, you might as well take the risk.
I'm taking it. I don't care. I'm taking it. I could look like a genius after that match. Who knows?
You are a horrible person.
You could.
Okay,
Hey,
one thing I still can't reconcile in my mind is that this was the pay-per-view and not the IG match. I still have, like, when you said we're going to talk about the PPV, I still can't, like, figure out that this is the pay-per-view, not the IG match, because I don't know why it happened, but yeah.
That to me felt like the undercard to this, which was more like the overcard.
So,
but maybe that IG match was so good that they wanted to it to be like
I
think
it was too good to not
on Facebook that, like, this is the perfect representation of what Schmoe is, this match, and I think he wanted that out for everyone to see. So if people are like new to it or something like that, you can go to, do you know what, this is the match you should watch, because there's so much great stuff in this match even before it began. Like, before one bit of trivia started, it was one of the best matches of the year already. And before one question was answered, and the actual match was pretty damn good as well. So, I want someone else to kick this off.
Okay, I want to kick that off.
On that.
Okay, that was an awesome match from the start to finish, as you said. Like, with the promos at the beginning of the match, I would really like that many competitors, when there is a live setting, who are of course comfortable with it, does that. That's a really good way of hyping us as an audience to the match. Promos were excellent. I was actually, when I saw Chandru and stuff like that and the promos, I was actually feeling bad for Chandru, for all the heat he's getting, because he's really trying to be a good heel actually for people, and people doesn't get that and attack him personally. So excuse me, I was really like impressed with that. The match went, I said that privately to Ben. I said maybe this match would go different if it wasn't a 5-pointer. That was before I saw the match. I said to Ben, Chandru never did the buzzers, and Mike did the buzzer multiple times. The buzzers will decide this match, and I think ultimately that's what happened. I know that Chandru didn't had a perfect second round, and he got some hard X-Men questions, but that buzzer round is what got him almost no chance of winning, and that's what happened. Mike did awesome. I never lost when I picked Mike in IG, and that's great because I'm perfect this week again. And that's it.
I just want to touch on Thomas's comment here quickly. It looks like Thomas also wants Ethan to lose. So
Okay, so all of our
suspects
suspect skills are going for Marcel. I like it.
Yep.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
do you want to go? Go on, Teresa. You go for it. You got to speak to the man himself. Well, the loser, but the man himself, Chandru. So you are the expert in this segment.
Yes, I am. And for the first time, I really felt deep respect for Chandru in the match. Like before, his character is like made to be obnoxious and act like a teenager. But I have two siblings who are teenagers, so it hurts me deeply. So normally I'm like, yes, finally someone to root against. And in this match, I forgot how harsh the boos are. I forgot how in the live atmosphere when people are against you, how much they let you know. And I was really impressed with how Chandru handled it. I was impressed with how he smiled through the whole match. I was impressed with how he never gave up. In the end, he could have been like Jeff Snyder and just say, "F it, I don't care." And he didn't do that. He pushed through. He pushed Mike to at least answer some questions. You never know what happened. Maybe he wouldn't know the answers to his last round questions. So I'm glad he did it this way. And I just loved that match so much. First of all, in terms of smack talk, it was perfect. Like it was already said, it was everything. I don't know if I ever liked match this much for just the smack talk, because it was perfect with the size matters comment, with Chandru talking about pegging and stuff. Like everything was perfect about it. I'm glad it wasn't like a TKO or something. I liked the buzzers in this one. I don't think, Chandru had some trouble, but I think when he shakes off the rust, it's going to be better. Mike already had his first live match with corruption, so maybe that's why he was more confident. I also think that maybe the photo helped him focus. I feel like he wasn't doing this for himself, because he sometimes has the tendency to a little bit self-sabotage. I think maybe overthink stuff, maybe like don't trust his gut. And in this one, when he was not only focused on himself, but also about doing this for all of his friends and other IG champions, I think it might have helped him, and that made it even more beautiful for me. So yeah, I love this match top to bottom. I'm so glad that Mike defended the belt, and now people can come up with other stuff why he's not on, I don't know, Mount Rushmore or something. But he did this, which was one of the biggest arguments. And he solidified himself as number one in IG ever. So yeah, great match.
Yeah, I basically want to reiterate what you said, to be honest. But Ben, do you want to go first?
Sure.
I'll finish up.
I was just going to say, so this match was a heck of a match. It gave us our title. The wheel of Schmoe goes round and round, because that wheel just never wanted to stop. And then we had the size matters. I even heard someone say "boo earns," which I kind of was tempted to say. I say "boo earns" in our title just for that, because I love The Simpsons and The Simpsons reference. I will say that I apologize to Christian. I joined the Schmoe community when it was in its digital phase, so I didn't really get the whole let's go back to studio thing. But with this match, this was just, the crowds made this match so much more than it would have been in digital. If this had been in digital, I think it would have just fell flat completely. And I think Chandru wouldn't have had the opportunity to kind of fight back and keep that smile. I think people would have just hated on him. But here you could see the heel work, you could see the face work. The crowds really made the matches this week, and I love it. I hope they can stay in that cantina forever. It's just so fantastic. The atmosphere is awesome.
I want to interrupt before Liam gets to it. I wanted to talk about this. I don't know if it was in both matches, but like the contest between Mark and Christian about who makes a better joke of how long the wheel is going to go. Like, let's watch Ben-Hur and stuff like that was also pretty amazing. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And Christian not be what was the word he couldn't say? Irradiated, right?
Irradiated.
Him trying to say that 4 times. And Chandru just using his repeat when he clearly knew the answer, just so Christian would say it again, was a highlight for me. So I want to, before I even talk about the trivia, I think this is a really important match for the Schmoedown because there's been a lot of debate recently, and I've seen it on other shows, even on John Campier's show, which I won't get into, but they were talking about some people don't think the wrestling angle of the Schmoedown should be as big as what it is. And sometimes I've even been on the fence with it, where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about heels and faces and all of this sort of storyline. Sometimes for me, I'm not sure about it. This match proves why it's really important. And actually, it made the match so much better. I think all the controversy surrounding it before it started was regarding the picture which Chandru commented on with Mara and Rachel and Smets, and maybe that was out of line. And what Mike did really smartly was just pull out the picture. So rather than it lingering in the background, it was the centerpiece of the match, and he was able to use it to channel his play in the match. And they addressed the controversy, and it just made it so much more interesting. Like, I was hooked before a question was asked, and it told me, I was like, because I've been a bit on the fence sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't always work for me. This was an amazing example of how storyline can work in the Schmoedown. And when Christian said this is the match you should show someone to get them into it, I completely agree with it. And then the actual trivia was really good as well. I will say
so
in IG, okay, yeah. So it seems the specific categories, things like X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, the questions are so tough this year.
X-Men just killed Swag this week. Just killed them. Like, this week. Like, Oyama was the week before.
Like they just, and we've seen it as well with the Spider-Man category a couple of times. I think it's just when it's that specific, and even Planet of the Apes did it with Soul in the armor room match. I feel like the broader categories, when that used to be the tougher ones, are the better ones to get now. Like comic book movies, scores and soundtracks, even to an extent. I think those are easier questions in some cases. You don't seem to have to know the quotes, whereas there's a lot of quote questions in the more specific. And it makes sense because if there's only 4 movies, you need deeper questions. But it killed Chandru a little bit in this match. It was really hard for him to come back from that. But no disrespect to Mike. Mike completely earned his win. And as you said, Teresa, I'm really, really pleased that Chandru didn't give up. He got his final question. He got his 5, and that forced Mike to hit his 3. And you never know. IG, sometimes you get a really tough 3-pointer. He very well could have got one he didn't know. I'm sure he's missed a 3 in the past, you know. So I'm really pleased that Chandru didn't give up. It went to the end. The buzz around, I think this is the first time we've seen someone miss quite a few and like go for it but miss it. And that I liked it because at least he tried going for it. I think it was worth going for. He was behind, so Mike's probably going to jump in if he doesn't try. This time the risk didn't pay off, but I felt like it was worth going for the risk with Chandru because he was behind. And I still love the buzzers. I'm always going to root for them. I much prefer it to fast money, especially in live settings. It's my favorite.
They're fine if Dan's not playing. sorry, but he
Can't
had
believe-
that Ethan match in the back, and then the buzzers happened, and it just destroyed everything.
I wasn't expecting Ethan to be that good on the buzzers. I got to be honest.
only
I thought
have-
Dan was going to smash the buzzers.
He was so good on the buzzers.
Yeah, I have one
Yeah.
question. I saw one of the comments in the group, and I just wanted to ask you, if like Mike actually manages to defend this title 3 or 4 times, does he have an argument with the to be a GOAT, like more than Dan maybe? If he
I don't-
actually gets 3 or 4 inner geekdom defenses, and
Well, he
because
has-
I know that most of people said that Rachel is better than Sam because she played in 3 divisions and did good in 3 divisions.
Yeah, but she
So
also
it-
was in a championship match, wasn't she? She was in singles.
yeah,
I don't
once-
think
once,
Mike
once.
ever got
Mike,
there.
yeah.
Mike got to number 1 contender at the most, but then like if he actually defended the inner geekdom belt 3 or 4 times, he could have had an argument, because I will say this: I do think that Mike has a better team's career than Dan.
Oh,
For
he
sure.
does.
Well,
Yeah, for Dan.
Dan has 2 wins in championship matches, and Mike has 2 wins in championship matches. So it's, I don't know. I
Yeah,
actually count the
except
defenses,
that-
and he
Except
defended
that Mike
against
has
Shazam.
been there. Mike has had more shots at the title than
Yes,
Dan
yeah,
has.
that's true. But for me, the most important thing is the championship, and even the defenses, maybe even more than the championship wins,
Yeah,
because
defenses
that's
are
the harder one.
yeah, defenses
And-
for sure.
Yeah, and Dan has 13 championship wins, which I don't know if I would, after like 2 or 3 more times from Mike, would.
Get it.
But he could be in the conversation for sure. Like
Yeah.
not only based on that, but like it's not only about wins. It's about his character. It's about what he did for the league with corruption
Yeah, I
and stuff.
get
So
it.
also, like you say, playing 3 leagues is different. But yeah,
I think,
yeah, I
he's
think
now
if he defends more,
cemented his
maybe.
place. Yeah, I think he is now the GOAT of IG. I
Yes.
at
Yeah,
the start
for
of the
sure.
season, I would say it was Rachel, but now I think it's definitely Mike. I can't yet say he's the GOAT of the Schmoedown, but I think
No,
if
he's
he
not.
defends,
No, Dan is
me-
for sure.
for me,
And
he
I'm sorry before.
needs
Yeah.
to. I think he needs a singles run. Yeah, if he can get the singles title, which I do think is probably very unlikely, then he's the GOAT.
No,
Or no, he doesn't have to have a singles run, but he has to win like at least like 5 more times for me in championship
yeah,
matches.
I
Like,
get it.
Dan also has 2 divisions. That's fine, but yeah, he has some ways to go. But I definitely think he's number 2 if you just look objectively at championships. And he's kind of special because he plays in 3 leagues. He has like stuff that Dan
I
can
like
say
Tom's
about
this
himself.
point, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always
Yeah, and he's
subjective.
being
We can't help it.
competitive in
Like
every-
Christian is still not able to even say that Shazam is in the conversation for the GOAT team. So
Yeah.
that shows you how subjective this is. Like only in the conversation, really? Still? No? Okay.
Why not? Why not, Christian? Please just explain that to me. Sorry, but that gets me.
There definitely should be in the
He try-
conversation
he's-
at least.
He's
that,
trying
you know,
to explain it, and his explanations are not as good.
that
Okay,
makes sense.
but it's okay. Like just say, but because he's like, it's not that I don't like them. I would rather be if he said, I don't like them as much. It's because they don't have that much of a storyline. Like I know there are other stuff that are important for Christian and for other people. Storylines and characters and what you do for the league, like that's completely okay if you have a different opinion. The last thing before we go away from these matches I wanted to talk about is the increase in the difficulty in IG, and especially that it also increased in the singles IG, which I think is the reason why Collins lost so badly, because like dude is
can we
the
just-
biggest fan of the Lord of the Rings. Like if you watch Finely Tailored every Sunday, he loves those films, and he probably expected something like Marisol got in her match against Janine, I think, or I don't know in which match, and it wasn't that, and it's happening more and more, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I was so
I wasn't
happy.
on the show. last week, but that Wizarding World question Chance got
Oh.
regarding the year of Grindelwald, I was
I
like,
said it.
whoa, wait, this is single. I had to double check. I was like, hold on, this is single.
Yeah.
Right. Couldn't believe that question. That was so
yeah.
hard. I couldn't believe
I don't
that.
know if you watched the show, but I said that. I said I don't usually miss Harry Potter questions. I missed that one immediately. Like singles 2-pointer. No, this is singles maybe 5-pointer, but no, for singles
I don't even think
that
it's
match
that.
was.
That's
But,
an
like,
IG
I-
5-pointer.
Yeah, but I kind of like it. Like, I think this way, if you're IG, you have a real chance to stump someone, like really stump them in the second round. But also, I didn't expect it. It was just out of the blue. And now the IG competitors are like, IG questions in singles are so tough. So I just
Speaking of
wanted
that,
to.
I'd just
Yeah.
like to say, because I know, Liam, you were saying that it seems like specifically if you go for specific movies or the broader categories are better. I think that's in the IG. I think in singles it might still be opposite, where the broader categories can still trip people up, it seems. Because in the more specific categories, people can focus on just a few movies rather than 300 movies.
I feel like it's just luck of the draw though, because you look at the Marisol Kevin Smith match, like she got Reese Witherspoon, which you think would be quite a narrow category, but her questions were really difficult. And then the Reese Witherspoon was spun again. Who had it this week? Was it Paul? I
Ooh.
can't remember.
Paul,
And
yeah.
someone got it
No,
this
it was
week.
Nick.
And
It was
Nick.
Nick because
Nick.
Chrissy was excited
Nick.
and she was managing him.
Yes, that's it. Thank you. It was that match, wasn't it? Yeah. And for me, those questions were they were easier than the ones Marisol got. I just think it's luck of what you get. But I do think
Yeah.
in IG, it's very much what you said, Ben.
Yeah, and I just want to say, like, I actually love it. It's not supposed to be a dick or something. I just wanted to talk about it, and I love it. I think, like, it's more exciting when someone is perfect now, because now you have to earn it really hard. So yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
I just think that they like for tournaments and then especially for number one contenders and championship matches, writers really like they're always trying, but they really try for the championship and for number one contenders. And I think every season for the tournaments, it's a little like harder questions. But I like it. I knew quite a lot of Middle Earth questions. But that's only because I watched like Lord of the Rings. I'm ashamed to say how many times, but okay.
Dude, I watched it last week and I knew nothing because it was mostly in Chance's questions were mostly Hobbit. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so great. I just watched 12 hours of movies and I still don't
Don't know anything.
questions.
Yeah, but no.
Shall we move on to that match?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, so Matt's dancing because he was a lone wolf picking Mark Hass in our prediction league, and he's caught up a little.
Very smart.
So go on, Matt, take us away, seeming as you're the only one that picked Haas.
Yeah, I picked Haas because as I said on the show last week, I really had a feeling, and what I saw from Chance when Corruption played as well, that Chance will try in Inner Geekdom. Chance probably tries to study with Mike for Inner Geekdom, but it's not his focus. I really thought like that's the reason I picked Haas. I didn't think like Haas is more experienced or better player than Chance. I only thought Haas is only and solely focused on IG. Apparently this season, and Chance is not. There is also a fact that like Inner Geekdom now has quite many other movies that are actually movies, not that geeky ones, as we always said, that there is more general knowledge now in Inner Geekdom. But Haas is listed as 4 division player. So I did notice that he actually does better with the general movies than he does with like specific, really geeky stuff. And Chance did good. I know he got TKO'd, but Chance was good this match. He didn't play that badly. It wasn't his best match. It wasn't It wasn't Hos's best match either. It just went that way. I did think that like his focus is solely on singles Chances, and Hos's is not. I also do love like Finstock Exchange managers in a live setting is gold.
Oh my god,
Like
Ty was perfect.
like
That was so good.
Ty. I love Ty as a player, and he knows a lot. But him as a manager is brilliant. Like he's a truly heelish manager, and it's not like cheap hit like Gucci gets cheap hit. He really does go after people in a mean but funny way, and that's nice change. We doesn't have any managers like that in Schmoedown. So Finstock Exchange, and I talked to Ben about it. Finstock Exchange managers in live setting are actually really good. Both of them. Like Finstock is much better in live setting than he is in digital. And I do think that actually Ben Bateman said that on backstage when he was actually in Finstock Exchange, that Finstock loses something when he's not with you in person. Like I don't know what it is, but okay. I do think like
he has a certain aura to him.
Yeah, I do think that Hoss was very nicely prepared. I do think he will prepare a lot more against Sol. I don't know if he will beat Sol. I think in Inner Geekdom, as we saw in this match, it depends on what questions. We saw that in Mike Chandra. Like I'm sure Chandra was really prepared. He just got some really tough X-Men questions that he had to answer. So in Inner Geekdom, I think it will always be a coin toss, depending on what you get. And Hoss was maybe a little more lucky than Chance as well. But I do think that like Chance wasn't as focused as on Inner Geekdom, because he knew he had a singles shot probably coming his way. So yeah, that's it. Shannon was also great. I love like Shannon Ty thing they got, and yeah, that's it.
I actually, when I saw the show and you explaining why you picked Haas, I kind of regretted picking Chance. It was like I was really tired. I just did the pick, sent it to Ben, and went to sleep because I came from my vacation. I wasn't really thinking about it. I saw Chance's name and Chance. And then like 2 days after, I was listening to the show and heard what Matt was saying, and I was like, oh, he's probably right. This makes sense. This might happen. I still didn't expect it to be a TKO, so I think this is one of the bigger upsets for me this year because of the TKO, not because Haas winning. And if you take into consideration how Chance did in last year's tournament and everything together, I think it is an upset. And I don't think we have any big ones yet this year. So this is one of them for me. But when Matt explained it on the last show, I was like, damn it. I wish I was on the show and he could convince me live. And then I would say, okay, you did it. I'm picking
No, you still had to pick before me, so you wouldn't hear anything.
Yes, but we normally give ourselves the chance to like change. But yeah. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say, that you convinced me, and then I wasn't so surprised when it happened because I kind of expected it could happen. But like you said, this match was also one of the like best in everything this week because the smack talk from the beginning, Ty, Shannon, awesome. They were so good. I want them on stage together multiple times, please. The promo was amazing, and I actually really like Haas. I hate that Finstock Exchange keeps doing this to me, but like all of the rookies, I really like them. They just it's so hard to hate on them. I don't like it. But I have
Yeah.
to acknowledge that I like Haas. And I think his match with Sol will be really tight. I think it will be very close. And since I had chance going until the finals, I don't know who I'm picking. So
So did I.
that's me. But I also
Chance was
picked
my
Oyama
pick to
as the dark
win.
horse to win it. So
So did I.
just so out of touch.
So.
My
Okay.
predictions for the IG have been so bad. I had
So
Paul to
bad.
win the whole tournament, and then he lost his first match to Ethan, and then I had Chance to win the whole tournament, and he lost his first match. So I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just completely
Liam,
lost.
who are you having to winning the whole tournament now? Is it Parker?
Jacob Wittenben. No.
That sounds correct. Yes. Like I didn't have Paul to win the whole tournament, like for sure. I thought that Parker's going to do it probably, but like he was back in my mind, like the person who could surprise us.
Now my dark horses are gone. Probably Parker. Yeah, I can't. I just honestly don't think anyone else in that tournament is good enough to beat Parker now. And I thought Chance on his day could be, but it wasn't his day. You know, it was weird.
And I'm so like I want to see him play now with these harder questions, Parker. Like, is he still going to be perfect?
Probably not.
It's going to be exciting.
I want to see how he does with them, because it is a lot harder now. I don't think we'll get perfect matches very often anymore, which I actually quite like.
Yes,
me too.
And I hope we see the same transfer over to Star Wars in the tournament.
Well, I think that will be hard.
Matches, which aren't always perfect.
Stamping Star Wars players will be hard.
I want to see like a few misses. True, but we saw it in the title match. It was very difficult. I know it was a title match, but some harder questions would be great.
Yep.
I don't know who I'm picking yet. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, Matt made really good points about Haas, but I still thought Chance was going to do it. Chance last year was able to successfully navigate 3 divisions, and I know he had a bit more time, I think, to prep for IG because they knew it was going to be a 16-team tournament, and he probably had quite a bit of time. And the question difficulty level wasn't as tough as it has been this year, but I still just thought he was going to do it. I just had a feeling, and it just didn't pan out. But I don't think he played badly. No, it was TKO'd. I just think it just was one of them days. I also would love to know if he filmed more than one match that day, because I think that can really affect someone.
No,
I think he filmed the IG match on 1st and 14th.
Yeah.
And 14 because this yesterday on the Speaking of Schmoe, Jay said that he asked Ty why he wasn't managing that match against Chance, why Haas was managing JTE, and he said that it was like mostly because Haas TKO'd Chance before, so they thought that he might be able to like shake him. And I think if it all happened the same day, then it wouldn't. So I think this was like sense. 2 separate. And there were 2 shootings, the 1st and the 14th. So I think it was separated.
Right. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Even so, he's had a lot of matches in a short space of time. I don't know when he played Snyder, but there's been a lot. He's had a lot of matches recently. Maybe it was just like a little bit too much to try and all fit in at once. It's so hard to navigate one league. He's trying to do it in 3. He hasn't long just missed out on the title very narrowly in teams. Yeah, but that IG tournament is really open now. If Ethan beats Parker, I'm going to be gobsmacked. I love Ethan, but I think that's too much of a challenge. But that other side of the bracket, really difficult to call, I think. Yeah, Ben?
Can I just say, out of everyone here except Matt, only my pick is for the whole tournament is left.
Who was your pick?
Sol.
Mine was Parker and he was Sol. So yes.
Okay.
I still think
I went,
Parker.
I went Paul.
So Parker final.
Are we
Parker
going,
final.
guys? Are we going to the next match
We
now?
go to the next match.
I think
Which I have
Ben
a lot
might have
to
to
say
start
about
this
this one.
Please
Okay,
kick us off, Ben. We know your favourite competitor.
so this
is
was
in
Lightning
one.
Time versus Final Exam, and this match would have broken my heart either way, because as Teresa said on Jay's show yesterday, Final Exam now is no longer then probably aren't going to be a team anymore, unless Oyama spends his free-for-all thing win on that. That being said, I know there was some controversy in this match where it sounded like Liz said Julie rather than Judy. Personally, I feel that's on the manager if that was the case, but I didn't notice that. I honestly didn't notice that. I even went back to hear it and I still didn't notice it. So for me, I don't think you can say, yeah, she was so close but so far and blah, blah, blah. If that was the case, Winston should have challenged. So yeah, and then for me, that's why the challenge is there. And then it went down to the wire. They went to overtime, and every time, and Lon and Liz were going the same, and Oyama and Ethan were going the same, and it was just crazy. But I'm glad Liz won. I mean, Lightning Time won, because now we get to have more of Liz, and maybe she'll get the title. But I don't know who I'll even pick in that match, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a toughie, isn't it?
I'm really sad about this
Go on,
match.
Teresa.
I'm so sad. Just, I know that Lightning Town will be a team next year. I know they will have more shots. But like Ben said, I already said it on this show. I already said it to him in our messages. I don't think Final Exam is getting another opportunity. And I don't even know if I want Paul maybe to use his title shot in that way, because if they go against Shazam, I don't know if they like. I wanted them to earn it this way. I don't want him to waste his title shot if it's going to happen. And the match was so close that it was even more disappointing, because at that point anyone could win it. So yeah, I'm just I like Final Exam guys, and I hate when really good teams never get there. And we had a lot of these teams that worked really well, were so close so many times and never got there. And Final Exam is really special for me, so I wanted them to have this, and they don't. And like I said, I don't think next year they're going to be a team unless Paul uses his shot from 3-4. So that's sad. But I also want to say that this was one of, I think, the best teams matches we ever saw, because it was so crazy.
Topsy-turvy.
Yeah, the Judy thing, I also like. I heard it when we listened to the clip, but also agree that like Winston should have been the one to catch it and talk about it, because the setup wasn't really great. And I wasn't sure what I'm hearing. So, but I think if Winston challenged it, it would be a good challenge. But unfortunately, he didn't caught it. He didn't catch it. So yeah. But I think one of the craziest matches we've seen. Like what happened in that sudden death, it's so crazy. So, Lon and Liz just kept hearing different questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy that they kept getting the same wrong answer together for like 4 goes in a row. Lon and Liz, they were in sync, but not in the correct way. It's strange.
And then when they asked the question
And the
about
final
the sports
question as
team,
well.
yeah, I knew Lon is not going to know it, and Liz will. Like it was. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed, but
Yeah.
I'm happy
After
for
Matt,
you, Ben.
after Matt has touched on this, I want to ask you guys a question. But
So I'll say this first about the challenge. I agree with what Teresa said on talking about Schmoe. I do think like their setup was bad. I get they were together and computer was probably somewhere in the middle of the table or something, and they were like talking. But I think because I went, of course, and rewatched it as well. I do think that Ethan immediately corrected Liz.
Yeah, but after she said final answer,
Yeah,
she
but
said Julie, maybe Judy, hard to say final answer, and then it was.
I do think Swag like Winston should challenge, but I think that they said like that 1 second rule. I do think Ethan was in that 1 second.
Yes, that's when you don't say final answer. If you say final answer,
Yeah, I
then you
get
can't add anything.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think that was like Winston's.
Yeah, but
miss.
also it wasn't his fault that their setup was so bad and he wasn't able to catch it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
maybe
didn't
next
catch it,
time,
so
like,
I didn't catch it,
yeah.
so I didn't catch it. So.
I actually think it gave them an unfair advantage. If I'm being honest,
I agree. That I agree. I didn't hear anything Ethan was saying at all.
Look at each other. Yeah, and I don't think that's fair if it's a digital match. Like, it's great that they get to do it with each other, and I'm sure it was agreed. But I don't think it's fair that Lon and Paul are doing it over a call, and they can look at each other. Okay, is it this answer? Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah. That is much easier than, hey, because if they want to repeat a question, they can look at. I just didn't think it was fair. I thought like they had a bit of an advantage over final exam.
I want to say, like, I would be okay with that if it also didn't give a disadvantage to the other team. That's because I'm glad that they could be with each other and not everybody has this opportunity, and I'm okay with them being with each other, but it gave a disadvantage to the manager on the opposite side and the competitors on the opposite side because they couldn't hear them talk.
Yeah.
But they also couldn't hear them say their answers. So they I really didn't hear Ethan at all. Like I couldn't hear him, even with my headphones at full volume. And I wish if they do this next time that they will like do it differently. So at least it's not a disadvantage for the opposing team. Because she might have said Julie. And if she did, then that sucks for final exam. We don't know. She might have said Judy. Like, we don't know.
Yeah,
but if she did...
I didn't pick it, until you said it yesterday, I didn't pick it up. And I think when you say them both quickly, Judy Garden. You know what I mean? It's very, very similar. Like,
yeah.
I think she said Julie. Sorry. It sounds the same, doesn't it? But
yes, okay. And I think she did too. But Matt's point only like is more for it because Ethan did correct her, and that's why I really do agree that it probably was Julie. But how can you tell?
Okay, but I'll say this: it isn't the first time the competitors are in the same room. I think Shazam did it. Like I think that Shazam was once in Koi's house. I think, or I think someone is in a house of their manager once when they played. I don't know who it was. I just have that in my mind somewhere.
I think they did promos, but I don't.
Okay.
And even if they did it that way.
Wait. Can I finish, please?
Yeah.
But I think it's a setup. I think like if I get internet problems, but if you actually play in the Schmoe, your microphone and you has to be on point that everyone can hear you. There is that's the like minimum requirement. I get when if the internet is lagging, they can wait and ask you again. What did you say? I get it, but I think everyone should be able to hear clearly what you say. That's the only like I think that Teresa said something like that along those lines when she like said. And to talk about the match a little because I didn't get to talk about match at all.
Sorry.
I was really impressed with Liz actually. I do think that she actually a little carried that team in the first 3 rounds. I do think that like in the second round she was the one I think who led the Lightning time to the most of the answers. So I was impressed. I do get that she and Lon did their wrong answer stuff in the sudden death, but Liz did, like everyone said, like Ethan is a better A player, and I do agree that Ethan is a little better than Liz, but Liz really did carry her weight in this match as well. I may be the only one who likes that final exam is not a team anymore, because now I had maybe I will have my dream finally, and that is to see Oyama and Chance play together.
Yep, I'm with you on that one.
Because I wouldn't mind if corruption, if they, for example, can keep only 3 players, and if they keep like Marisol, Collins, and Mike, I wouldn't mind if someone picked Chance and Oyama and put them together. I would really, really love that. And yeah, that's the main reason I actually now want corruption to not be a team anymore, only because I really want Oyama and Chance to play together. That's one of my dreams matchups, and like together. And yeah, final exam did good. The whole match was, as we said, really close. It went to the sudden death. I do think, unfortunately, I will talk about it, that when you have, unfortunately, a manager who has personal stuff going on, big personal stuff, it does hurt your faction. Because both Swag and Roxy, because Winston and Roxy did have like some big personal projects they needed to, and it's of course they did that first before Schmoe. I'm not attacking them. I just said I think it's like you can see that it's not the same. It's not the same feeling, and yeah, because I just have that feeling, because I do agree. For example, I'll get to example that Ben Bateman did last week on backstage, that Roxy didn't, because that should be her job, prepare any category for opponent's choice for Chance. For example, that's some things that managers should do, and I do agree with him on that one actually.
What? Ben said that? Ben is the one
Yeah.
who is picking
No.
opponents just for his competitors, not his manager. Do you think Kaiser does it for him? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
but
Snyder,
Bateman
you're
said
a
that.
big boy. You could, for once,
Yeah, but to be honest,
found out that Chance is great at Harry Potter. He even played at Harry Potter exhibition. Like, she was away for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks from a whole year shooting a movie. Like, put your big pants on for once. And he could have a manager. I am 100% sure that he had a shot at a manager, like from the faction, and he said, no, I'd rather do it alone than Roxy not being here. I'm not letting a rookie manage me. Like, it's just, I get what you're saying, but
the Euro Schmoe room.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but Finstock wasn't there for a lot of the matches, and his faction is doing fine.
Yeah,
So
because
it's not
Barbarian
only that,
because Barbarian is not doing fine because he's doing all the managing actually.
Yeah, but okay. I'm just saying I don't think it's only that. I just think like this match for Swag, it was a toss-up. It was a sudden death.
Yeah.
They just keep having bad luck, and
That's true.
They were winning last season, and like Suspects had bad luck like last season.
Yeah.
I think it's not. Yeah, I just don't think it's that Roxy is away for 3 weeks.
And
I think Snyder could take care of
if we had a show last year, I would say that Sam didn't do a greatest job as a manager last year. I don't think he was as involved as he is this year. To be fair,
I
don't
think
think that's
Roxy
true.
and Winston are very involved. I don't know. Did someone manage for Winston like anytime? I don't think so.
Winston always managed for their players.
And I think Roxy will be back very soon. Like I said, it's 3 weeks. She's already back, but we're now seeing still like matches that were taped in the weeks before, but she was only away for 3 weeks. Kaiser has a longer job than Roxy had.
Yeah.
And I also think
know
she's
that.
very involved. Like if
Just
you
wanted to
listen to
add,
Janine and everyone,
Well,
Yeah, I just
Sorry.
wanted to add about the final exam, because you mentioned that you think this could be it for them. If I had to put money, I think that title shot will be teams.
no.
Personally.
I don't
Come
like
on.
it if they lost.
Okay.
Paul,
I don't like that.
Paul has
It
said that
does
he
make
wants
sense.
to get Lon a belt. Like several
Yeah.
times he
Yeah.
wants to get
Also,
Lon a belt.
in his post, he kind of said it outright. Like he said, "You will see us coming." I think they're going to go for that belt at
So
Spectacular.
I want to
I-
touch on
yeah,
that.
I
I want
spoke
to
to
touch
Ben.
on that. So
Yeah.
so sorry. He actually, it sounded to me like he was saying he's going to be in the tournament, which
Yeah,
I don't think it is the case, because they have midterms in the tournament.
Okay, this is what I think. I think Christian will push Oyama because that would be like a big thing. I think Christian will try to encourage Oyama to cash in Spectacular to make it a triple threat for singles. That's what I think could happen. I don't think like that would be in for the Spectacular that he will cash in for the teams, because I think triple threat in teams would be very, how to
Oh,
say
I
it,
don't think
troublesome.
he's going for a triple threat. I think who will win at Spectacular will then
Oh.
play final exam. I think it will be like when Sam did
Oh,
it to
that-
that's
Merle.
what I think.
And that's the
I think the winners. I
they
think
could
will
beat
know.
Shazam that
They'll
way because
pretend
they
it's-
will.
yeah.
Yeah, and they could beat Shazam that way because Shazam will be tired after their Spectacular match, and then maybe.
Yeah, I
According
personally,
to Thomas,
He made singles, but I would put money that he's going to cash it in for teams.
Yeah, okay.
And I said to Ben, I think if they lose, I think they'll break up as a team. I think that'll be it.
And
But if they
actually,
win that title match, then they'll carry on another season.
I think he will cash it in for the singles if he doesn't win the singles tournament.
I got it from his post, like not because they asked about the tournament, and he said, "When we come, you will hear us coming," or something like that. So that's why I did the connection that he might like do it at the Spectacular with his free shot, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it might be just for every belt.
So let me ask you guys a
I
question.
also think Ben makes a good point.
Sorry, Liam.
Yeah, go on. I was just
No, you
saying,
go.
you said about Paul sounded like they're going into the tournament, and I think he got that wrong. I think he had the impression that they were definitely in tournament, and they're not. They've confirmed they're not. So I don't know what's going on there. I think I don't. Maybe it's because he's going to cash in the title shot.
Yeah, because I didn't
It
know
might
they're
have
in
been
the tournament.
scheduling,
That's
but
also
I don't think it is that.
yeah. It's also what I thought. Yeah. Ben, what do you want to say?
I wanted to ask, do you guys think, because I know I've asked you guys this on the messages, but I want to ask you guys on screen. Do you think if Oyama does cash in his shot and they lose, or if this was the final shot for Oyama for the final exam, do you think Oyama's turning heel?
No, I don't think he. I think he is a much more appreciated Schmoe player now. He's not Hill. I don't think he wants to go back to Hill, and I think people respond to him a lot more as a face. And like Chandru needs to stay Hill. He's brilliant at it.
Yeah.
And love him or hate him, people talk about Chandru. Like people just didn't like Oyama as a player or as a character. People really like him now. I don't think he's going to go back personally, but we don't know.
Yeah, same. Like exactly what you said. I think, and I also have it that way. I appreciate him now much more. And he wasn't like he was a good heel, but like he's much more over with the people now than he was before. And the last thing I wanted to say about the breakup, I actually even don't mind if they break up. I just wanted them to have the belt before. Like, I wanted them to have it, and then they can break up. It's okay. I just wanted them to get there. But Matt, do you think Paul will turn heel if he breaks up with Lon?
I would love that. I think he was much better as a heel than as a face. I wouldn't like. I like him without the glasses more, but as a cocky heel, I know the best. That was much better, for
But
me, for Paul. I
But
know
he
he's
would have to
nice.
change his music, and that's the best music ever. But you can't have like a chillax music if you're a heel.
Yeah. And
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh
Too
no!
much heel talk.
We didn't do a J casting. I promise. We didn't kick her out for talking too much.
She all that talk of heel, she just couldn't cope anymore, so she had to leave.
yeah.
No, well, she's back. She's back. She's coming back.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, you're back. That's good. We were
It kicked
concerned
me
you got
out.
too upset thinking about Hill.
No, I just don't want to lose Oyama's music because it's my favorite of all of them.
And you were that passionate about it. You're like, I'm going to leave the Schmoe group.
I was
Just
so
prove my
passionate that
point.
the StreamYard was like, I don't want her here anymore.
Kicks you out.
It kicked me out.
Exactly.
Less passion. I'm going
So
to.
speaking of Oyama, shall we transition
Yep.
to Oyama's single match of the week? His tournament match. Speaking of, yeah. So this was his round 1 match against Nick Harley of the Stars. Now, I actually very nearly, if I hadn't said that I'm going to pick Oyama for everything he does in singles, I was actually a little on the fence. I thought Harley was going to really show up on this one, and I had it in my head this was going to come down to a tie.
Yeah,
Didn't
that would be
happen.
nice.
Can I just say to you, Liam, thank you, because I felt a little bit stupid for going with Harley instead of Oyama.
No,
It was a good
it's
one.
a bad pick. Like,
Yeah.
I still think there's going to be an upset in round 1, and I thought that had the potential to do it. It just didn't pan out. Like, I still think there will be one. That's why I've gone Jacoby against Brendan, because I think that would be a little bit of an upset. I think that there's going to be one. I just don't know what it is yet.
I don't know what else
Ben knows.
I don't know what else can it be an upset.
Ben
actually.
knows. Ask Ben. Ben, what will be the upset?
Yes.
Also, Jay is here in the comments.
It's
He
close.
also has the same one. You're crazy,
Really?
guys.
No. Yeah, I don't think so.
Slick Nick. Oh,
Yeah, Schlick
no.
Nick, not Schlick Rick.
Okay.
Yeah, Jessica Schloe, is that your upset city? I don't know
Yes,
about
Jessica
that. I don't know.
Sloth is going to beat.
I'd love to see it. I'd actually love to see it.
Yeah. I'll just say
That'd
I'm
be crazy.
so
That would be upset you. So,
yeah. I'm so sad for Oyama. He really doesn't have luck in these tournaments. For example, he needed to play, like, his playing match last season was Marisol, and his first match this season was Nick. And Oyama is also in quadrant of that with Duralde, with Barbarian, with Collins,
And
Ah.
with...
yeah, the kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was...
Yeah.
That's
I
the
was
biggest one.
like, I was when I looked when I looked when I was like when I was like looking at the tournament brackets, I like said to myself, okay, it makes sense that you put Collins in the same quadrant as Dan, because then it's like balanced. Mike is in that a little stronger part, and Collins is not going to the strongest with this all strongest players, because I do think Collins is better in singles than Mike.
Oh, wow. Thomas has a hot take.
Oh, and it didn't
There's
happen.
Thomas upset.
I
like
think
that.
that's
I like
more
that one.
likely than just beating Dan.
Yeah,
I could imagine Peggy beating
I do think
I agree.
it could be happening. I don't think upset will happen in the first round. I think that upset this tournament could be also that Dan Murray will lose, but I think that King Khan could beat Dan Murray.
I understand that one.
I think
That's a
that
good
could
shout.
happen. Because
was
I
actually
did
fun
said
to
that Goddard was really impressed with King Khan. Like when he talked about him in backstage, how he lost to him and what pools did King Khan have. Like, yeah, I think that could be an upset. Also, Barbarian Duralde. I do think that like if Duralde beats Barbarian, I know that Duralde is respected and stuff, but with his record, that would be, I think, an upset if he beats a Barbarian. But yeah,
well, he only played another singles match, so yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, about this match, it was fun match. The only thing I had to say is it I had a gut feeling on a day that Oyama will lose. I'm happy that didn't happen. But the most important part for me is I'm sad that Nick character of hating movies is not transitioned in the regular Schmoe league. Let's call it like that. So I really wanted to see him like, oh, you guys actually try to watch movies and study about that. I don't do it. I'm only reading IMDb and stuff like that. But it didn't happen, unfortunately. And that's what actually made me a little sad. But okay. And Oyama did take care of it like I thought it would be. And okay. That's it for me about the match, actually. I don't have much to say about that match.
I just thought it'd be a lot closer. I really thought this was going to be like a come down to a 5-pointer, but it was TKO, and I wasn't expecting that. I did think Oyama would win, I just thought it'd be a lot closer than it ended up being.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Ben?
There was a time in that first round when I thought it would be closer because they were both shot for shot.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, it just unraveled for Nick. Yeah, but I still think it was like good enough debut for a player in the in the singles, in the Schmoedown. It wasn't like upsetting. It wasn't, he didn't play spectacularly badly or something. He played well. He just didn't know his last two questions in his final round, and that makes a big difference. But he still played well, and I agree with.
Sorry, correction.
Okay. Correction.
Oh yeah, apologies.
Okay, but still
there was a lot of matches. I can't remember.
Yeah, but still, I think he played well enough. I expected it to be a lot closer, but that's like, I think that 3-pointer and 5-pointer, sometimes you just don't know them. It happens. But I think he played well, and I just agree with Matt. I'm going to keep saying it. I know I say it everywhere and every time, but I miss Spoiler. Give me back Spoiler. Give him to me. It makes so much sense. He doesn't have to be as heelish. Just do like what Matt said. Like, he can be like, oh, you're studying movies, really? He doesn't have to be such a big heel, but like still his originality with not watching movie and watching TV. It makes sense with the rock stars, with Roxy being such a TV fan. It makes sense with Jacoby, him being called Spoiler and Jacoby being called Deal Breaker. It's perfect. Why is he slick now?
I don't get it. I don't get why they didn't transition the character across as well. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm going to say something quite controversial for those wrestling fans. But it felt a little bit to me like when WWE takes people from NXT to the main roster and they ignore completely what happened in the developmental territories. It felt a little bit like that to me, where it's like, okay, he's built up this character in developmental. Now, why not just take that on to the main show? And I know that might seem a bit harsh for the wrestling fans. It's not quite at that level. but it just felt a little bit like that to me, where if you've built that character in developmental, let them carry it on in the main show.
Hot take.
It's not. It's not a hot take because I think everyone.
It's not. I just like he said, it might seem harsh to wrestling fans. I'm not a wrestling fan, so I was doing that for the wrestling fans.
Yeah.
I actually think you're right. Yeah, and it's fine. Who wants to talk next?
I
So
actually agree. I
there was-
agree with everything you said there, Ben.
Yeah, thank you. There was a point in that first round where Oyama missed, and he like knew the answer. You could see he knew the right answer, and he hated himself for missing. And I thought, okay, maybe Nick Harley can now capitalize on this, and Nick Harley can win. And it was like, nope, didn't happen. But I was just hoping that he would at least maybe win, so I could catch up a little bit.
I still think it was smart picking Nick. Like it could definitely happen. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up. Yeah, I only talked about Nick not being a spoiler, right? I'm really happy for Oyama. This might be I don't mean to be harsh, but Matt is right with the quadrant of death. That one is just so hard. Next match is Barbarian or Dorade, and after that, I'm saying it's Tenderoni. I'm sorry, Liam. It's Tenderoni. It's crazy. So
Yeah,
and
Tenderoni.
and look at what Tenderoni did in the last tournament. He almost won against Adam Collins. I think he went to sudden death with him. So that's like really tough for Oyama. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a murky quickie final.
So
Coalition
I think
2.
that's it. Right. That's all the matches of the week. We've done it. I just wanted to mention, because I wasn't on last week, and I just wanted to talk about the Pride exhibition match, just because it was just lovely to see some representation in the Schmoe with, Alonso narrating and hosting with Mark, and then we had Sabrina, Knight from FCL, and then Mark and Draco.
And
it
Draco
just made me smile a lot. It was really nice to see people. And Draco, come back. He said he's going to be back soon in the match, so that he should be back next season, which is great. He said his work's finished up now, so really pleased he's coming back. It was just really nice for me to see that representation in something I love. So thank you, Schmoe, for doing that and providing us with that. It was really fun. I hope they do it annually. And if you ever want to host, I'm here. I'm here. Okay, just putting it out there. So yeah, thank you for that.
That match was great.
Sorry.
So I'll leave it to Ben. I see this here.
Oh yeah.
Matt, do you want to do your thing?
Yeah. I didn't get to thank any of you 2 weeks ago, and I actually wanted to do it a little later down the road, but you all said your piece, so I really wanted to say mine. As probably many of our listeners know, because I see that it's quite a few creators as us in the chat now, I was actually the one who actually posted in the group, is anyone wanting to actually try to make European after show? And I'm so happy you guys actually showed up, because when I started this, I only thought I would actually find people who I'm talking about Schmoe once a week, and that's it. And I really do think that I'm finding friends, as we in Croatia say, za život, or for life. So I'm very happy for you. I'm happy that Liam actually listens to my college problems and tries to help me. I'm happy, like me and Teresa is always having a different opinions and argue in private chats. That makes me so happy that someone actually almost always thinks different than me, and that's so fun to argue the points. And I'm especially thankful. And I'm really thankful to Ben, who did manage our show technically for quite some time now, and who did stuff we didn't know about on his own. And I'm really here for you guys, and really thank you for doing this. I do think that this show will not be like shutting down anytime soon. I think we could do it for quite couple of years. And yeah, I think this will be one heck of a ride, at least in my life. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Yay.
it.
Thank you,
We
Matt.
all
Thank
did
you.
our thank yous already, so but thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to say thanks, Matt, for being you and for talking to us about Schmoe and starting the whole thing. It's amazing, and as I said 2 weeks ago, it's best part of my week.
Yeah, Matt, thank you for arguing with me. I love arguing, so you make my
Yeah.
life better.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know you do.
Shut up, Liam. Shut up. Okay,
Yeah, we all
it
love
still
each other,
doesn't
really.
work. It still doesn't work. If you do it, it doesn't make what you're saying better.
It does.
Thanks,
It does.
Jake.
No,
It makes
Thank you
it
for
so much better.
the compliments. I also wanted to say thanks to Jcast and to oh damn, I'm so bad with names. Sorry, Shug, for always
Spin from the real.
promoting our shows and for having us on so that we
Yeah.
can promote our show and give our opinions. Thank you so much, and thank you ASG. Thank you to all the bigger shows that have given us an opportunity. Thank you so much.
And thank you to Thomas and Leo, who is always there for us since
Yes.
day one, I think. So, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Now I want to lead into this because I think we're all going to go with the same pick. So I just want to lead into this. The promo of the week. Phew. Every match I was thinking this is going to be the promo of the week, whether it was the Chance Ellison match against Haas. That was the one that I thought you can't beat that. Then the Lightning Time match happened. Then it just all culminated in that amazing match between Mike and Chandru. The music was fantastic. The history, the controversies, the Chandru doing that little dance, and his whole history of going from face to heel. Oh man, that promo was fantastic. I don't know if you guys want to add anything or give shout outs to any other promos.
Yeah, so I of course picked the same. And it's everything. It's also the whole match. You can't just separate the promo from the match, but since it went from the promo through the whole match, all of the smack talk, so I had chills in this promo. Like the music was so good, everything was so good. So I also picked this, but I want to do an honorable mention, like ASG is saying. For me, it's Haas Ellison. And it's not only for Haas, it's for all of the rookies, because they keep showing up in their promos. They keep doing awesome original stuff to keep us entertained. Haas in this one was drinking, exercising, and doing trivia at the same time. This can't be healthy, but thank you for doing this for us. And all of the other rookies this year, like Paige skating and Ty doing the pasta, even if it's something that easy, it really like speaks to me when they try to do something special. So all of the rookies, and especially Haas this week, amazing job on the promos. Anyone else?
Yeah, I can't not pick I can't not pick Mike Chandru. I'd love to. Usually when we do this, I'm like, oh, I picked something else. But how can you not pick that one? It was so good. I mean, I'm just gonna. You said everything, so I'll just say my other honorable mention. I liked the team's promo this week of Lightning Time Final Exam, and I'm really into Ethan and Liz with those hats. Like, I'm just obsessed with them both wearing hats.
We know, Liam.
Like, they haven't lost yet since he's put the hat on as a team. So with them in the hot tub or jacuzzi or whatever it was as well, they just look so chill. I was really jealous, and I want a hat. But,
I want that.
It's
I want that hot
Chandru.
water. I don't want, like, that's what you were jealous of. The hats, really. I wanted to swim where they were.
Matt?
You said it.
Matt?
Everything I wanted to say, you said. Like my second one was Haas and Chance. My first choice is Mike Chandru, and Mike Chandru is now my favorite promo of the year. It was, to be honest, before it was Dan versus Collins, like all the goat and belt is my friend stuff. That was awesome, but there is too much history in this. I knew that this promo will be great, and it was. So for me, this is promo of the year right now, and that's all. You said all the reasons: the dancing, the history, the Shannon, the things they do. Also, that Haas was really great. That was my promo of the week until Friday. So yeah, nothing more to add.
All right.
Is it a little? Do you think it's a little bit? Sorry, it's a little bit of a recency bias with the promo? Because
No.
like I just recently watched the Di Malanta Alex match.
Yeah, that one. Watched that one and watched Collins Merle because I wanted to know if this is my favorite.
Okay.
I do think, like, because of the whole storyline and the whole thing that happened before the match, promo hit me even more hard than it would. Like, if it wasn't for the controversy and all the trash talk on Twitter and stuff like that, it probably wouldn't be. But with all the prior stuff that happened, promo hit me that much harder than it would have. That's why.
Makes sense, yeah.
To be completely honest with you, when I first heard the music from that, I thought I was watching Endgame, like an Endgame style movie. Like, oh man, it's made me laugh so. It was like a trailer for that sort of Endgame, once in a generation movie that I just, oh man, it brought tears and excitement to my eyes from the start.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I know. I just had that same feeling watching the Malanta Alex promo. I remember how it just, it completely broke me, that promo. So, but I have to rewatch everything at the end of the year to actually decide what's the best for me.
Yeah.
So we usually move on to predictions, but we don't have any to do this week.
I'm
We
so
don't know
glad.
the schedule yet. The only match we know we're getting,
because as Matt's nickname at the bottom of his thing shows, might as well show this. Yeah.
Show it. Show that blue color.
It was not a good week for me.
Blue is gross. Why do you like it?
He's just catching me up, and I don't like it.
I'll just say, we Croatians are comeback kings in every sport, and I'm just saying about that. Yeah, that's it.
It's like 1 point between each
really
of you.
week.
Oh man, I had Matt's punishment so much. He just can't win this. I don't know, but I hate.
Teresa, you have to. You or Liam have to win, please.
Oh, and we actually, Liam, my punishment, if Liam wins, is now outdated because it was about me having to vote for Finstock Exchange every time, and who's the best manager, who's the that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So Liam
I've
picked
adapted
something
it.
even better for me. And Liam, please tell them.
Oh, I don't know
Please.
about it. Oh.
Yes, so if I win, as Teresa said, originally she would have had to have voted Finstock as manager of the week every week, but we've changed it a bit because they're not doing that anymore. So Teresa now has to do a monthly Gucci appreciation post on the Facebook
Wait, we
group
said 2 months.
every month as to why
We said 2
Gucci
months.
is the best person in the Schmoe.
Yeah, every month
We
is
said
better.
2 months.
Every month is
No,
better.
I
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
agree.
12 times.
We did say that.
Yeah. Every 2 months. That's already 6 posts, guys. Just
No,
enough.
come on, every month. No.
No, stop it, man.
It's fair. No. Nash, do you know how you do it? When the Schmoedown is on like the pause, then you don't have to do it. But when Schmoedown is going on,
It's not
you
your
have
punishment. Not your. Don't.
Okay.
Stop it. I'm gonna. Should I lobby for Liam to make your punishment harsher or what?
No. I'm just happy.
It's
Yeah,
worse than it was before. It's
This
worse.
is one of
Okay. This is. I think this is fair. So if hold on. If Matt comes second and you come third, it has to be every month. But if you
Dude,
come second,
we
it's every 2
decided
months.
because I let you change it. It's not my fault that I let you change my punishment and you make it less harsh. Stop it. I let you change it. Stop it. Liam.
Okay. It's
Don't be
still
a-
one of. It's still one of my not my favorite
that's
punishment.
fair.
I know you
It puts-
already said it last time
Puts
when
more
we
pressure to
decided
not
on it.
come first.
I don't want to do this
Anyway,
anymore.
you're gonna probably catch me. You caught me up already in this week.
Yeah,
I'm,
I don't know. I don't know what time.
I only got 2 out of 5, so
what is?
Matt
I don't
and
know what
Teresa
is.
are catching me.
Yeah, I don't know what is better. Liam's punishment for Teresa or my punishment for Ben. I don't know what is
I hate
better.
your
I really don't
punishment
know.
for me. I really hate your punishment
I hate
for me.
all of you. Just finish this. Finish him.
Finish it. Yeah. And
So
guys, please
Yeah,
watch
so,
the kid
we can't
beat
predict yet 'cause we
Jacoby.
don't know what the matches are. So
Yeah, please watch kid beat Jacoby so Teresa can catch up to Liam and I be 1 point behind both those two. So yeah.
Yeah, if there are people who never saw our show before, they're probably
Jacoby,
confused
come on,
a
Jacoby.
little bit. But yeah, this is the thing here. This is the hard reality of our not winning predictions. If we lose, we all have to do punishments, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just so you know.
The sad part is I'm definitely doing a punishment. I just want it to be either Teresa or Liam's because Matt is just
Cruel,
man,
right?
I don't want to do that. I
Okay.
really don't want to watch that movie.
Dude, I think if
I
Matt
guess
is
we'll
winning,
end it
I'm
there
watching
for
Crimes of
today.
Grindelwald or something.
No, that's Ben's.
Go on.
That was Ben's.
Okay.
That's if I win,
Oh,
so you free from
okay.
that.
So, are we going out?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'd
Yep,
rather.
because we don't have
be-
any other predictions.
If you don't remember,
let's
if
go
I
out.
win, you need to defend Gucci in the group whenever it's an argument. No. You must go against Dan or defend Gucci. I'm not sure, but
I think
in
it's
the group.
defend Gucci. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Liam, will you take us out, please? I'm so sad right now.
Okay, so we're going to have another 30 minutes discussing Gucci. So can everyone please tell us your favourite moment of Gucci? No, I'm joking. Okay, so that's end. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We've had some new viewers today, and thanks for joining in. We love having you join in the conversation. We are at Schmoe on Twitter. we're all 4 of us on the Facebook page. So if you want to get in contact, we are there on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown contact page. We are always posting things and commenting, and that's all that good stuff. So thank you for joining us, everyone. So in the future, we may have some new faces, which will be really exciting. So we're going to mix things up a little bit just to give, just to get a new vibe and see what happens. But us 4 are going to remain. We're just maybe in and out different times, but going to be a fun few weeks in store for Schmoedown. You're a Schmoe. Can't wait to see what happens in Schmoedown next week and what matches we're going to get. I guess that's it. So I said at your Schmoe on Twitter. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week. Bye.
I just want to say the links to the shows we were on are in the description. So please go and watch those.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So thank you, guys. See you next week.